Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. We will from group 6. We will presentation about implementing and managing instruction. And we group any fourth speaker. The first speaker is Nur Oktaviani. The second speaker is Nadianti. The third speaker is Nali Fajarwati. And the last speaker is Tariana. Okay, we will start presentation today. And for the first speaker coming. Okay, speaker. The first any implement and manage interesting instructions is engagement instruction, which involves the use of instructional techniques and encourage students' motivation and interest in learning. It is imperative that teachers understand that there is a repeated relationship between engaging motivation, instruction, and effective classroom management. This means that, on the one hand, the more interesting the instructions are, the fewer behavioral problems will arise because students are actively involved, interested, and motivated by lesson. Okay, any Savage and Savage 2010. Weistens and Rumin 2014. On the other hand, there are classroom management problems that must be considered so that a teacher can carry out interesting and motivation lesson. And next, before a lesson, the physical, the psych, strategies used are general strategies to be combined to help the classroom environment as a whole. Teachers need to consider special problems related to the physical environment. For example, a teacher has a great idea for an activity to support a concept activity, but the room may not be accommodating. The teacher wants to simulate the solar system and the distance between planes. This may not be possible in the classroom due to insufficient space to distribute students to accurately represent distance between planes. Teachers need to plan ahead to find alternative space for learning such as school front yards or playgrounds. Okay, for the second speakers, Minda Dianti, coming.
C. Plan the material required. The most successful lessons are drawn from a variety of material throughout the lesson. Material can include fairly standard items in the classroom, such as whiteboard, graph, paper, marker, rulers, scissors, and glue. D. Consider the number of students. There are times when the number of students participating in the child lesson or activity is an important factor in the design and in implementation of implementing and managing engagement interaction lesson. A. Decide how to group students. Many teachers like to incorporate cooperative or collaborative work into their learning.
Okay, uh, the third speaker coming.
Mm-mm.
During lesson incorporate relevant content. It is important for students that the content they are learning is relevant to their life, the purpose of what they learn. They will understand to invest their time and energy and will remain involved in the lesson. Some of the possible ideas include the following. Bullet a multicultural library that includes books featuring characters that look similar to your student. Read literature by writers from other cultures. Have students research and write about various aspects of their culture or the tradition of their families. Read the local community newspaper and use current events. Use a springboard for today's lesson. Give clear instruction. One of the more challenging aspects of trying out a lesson is providing step-by-step instruction and modeling the first few steps of the process. Some additional suggestions for providing clear direction include the following. Describe when the assignment is due and how it will be evaluated. Anticipate problem spot and ask students how they make solve difficult part of the assignment. Describe the equipment and materials required to complete the tasks and procedure for obtaining equipment and material. Teach collaborative work skill. Many teacher incorporate collaborative or comparative work into their learning. There are many emphases and discussions to working in small group or in pairs to take advantage of benefit and avoid potential problems important. Remember that students need to be taught how to work in groups. For example, take the time to play a telephone game which requires excellent listening skill. Plan translation. Translation or change is activity. Example could include moving from one area of the room to another, moving from one classroom to another, switching from a subject to other, or changing the type of student activity. Most subjects have multiple trans- transitions to be sure to plan for different types of change. For example, will the lesson take place in different areas of a room? In either of case situation, the student will need instruction on how to move from one area of the room another in an orderly manner. Okay, next.
Okay, thank you. And the last speaker, Tariana, coming.
Okay. Monitor programs and profits feedback. Monitoring student work and providing input will help students stay engagement on the assignment at hand. One of the most effective ways to achieve persistent student engagement is to share and check with all students. This methods might be able to observe what students are doing and whether or not they have grasped the key concept. It can also refocus students who need attention, offering suggestions on how to improve or praising students when they monitor student behavior. It is important to observe students closely to see how they are doing, including finding out if they are working an assessment and whether they are achieving the main learning goals. It's good idea to have a plan of what to do if a student is clearly unable to handle to listen and is seriously disrupt learning. Mm, After listen, organize and grade student work. In order for students to stay involved in the learning process, they need time and access time in order to develop the system. Collect, grade, and record student work efficiently. A helpful idea meant to be observed and tell with other teachers about their system and then develop a system accordingly. Am involved in reflection. Reflection on listen after to fetch is one of the most effective strategies for improving teaching or activity when reflecting on key questions like this will definitely help improve the quality of each lesson. Motivating effective classroom introduction and management is helpful in presenting or overcoming behavior problem and thus saving valuable class time for students.
That's all from our group, and thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.